What up, folks? I am ultrazillatoys, and today I have a review of the Haslab Transformers Omega Prime. And that's right, my zillions. The time has come for an epic review of the Robots in the Skies Omega Prime, which is the combination of Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus from the 2001 series. Now, my love for this actually does not come from the RID series, which is the English language version of the series, but from Car Robots, the Japanese version of this, which came out first. It's an actual Japanese cartoon first, and Car Robots, I really loved. But I didn't watch it, all the way back then. I only recently started watching it, when the pandemic hit. One of those things that I kept watching on YouTube were episodes of Car Robots, and I had never seen RID before that. And I absolutely loved it. So when this was coming out, I was just like, man, I gotta get this. Not only that, but I did have Fire Convoy that I got in a trade a number of years ago, so that always made me curious about it, because I was like, man, I love this version of Optimus Prime. But it's funny, I never actually transformed my original version. But anywho, yeah, this thing is absolutely insane. It was a pretty pricey Haslab. And unfortunately, I had a major issue that you might know about already in Optimus Prime's torso. If you didn't see my Fixzilla, please do check it out. I filmed it, sort of in the middle of doing this review. I did all the opening parts, and then, got to transformation where I knew that's where I would make or break it, and I did not break it, thankfully, but I knew it had to be done, so I did that. Please do check out that Fixzilla for all of those details, but without any further ado, let's get to this review. And here are the gorgeous Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus figures in their alt modes, and these things are tremendous. Now, there was a little bit of assembly required. I had to put together a few things on them. Those are ears for, Fire Convoy. Got those on. Fire Optimus, whatever you want to call them. Then there was this wheel down here, which is Optimus Prime's gun, so you had to stick that under there. That was it for Optimus. For Ultra Magnus, we had to put on this beautiful chrome bumper, which was a little nerve-wracking, but pretty cool. But then you had to open this guy up, open this, and put, like, the little wing ears for, I guess, that is ultimately Omega Prime's head, sort of like that, but in gold. And actually, they're in my hand because I didn't like how this was sitting when you closed it up again. So I don't know if I was putting it in wrong, but I just didn't want to scratch these up. You know what I'm saying? Besides those two main components, we get this robot here. This is Autobot Blue Bolts. And he's actually rather cool. He is like a weapon master, so you can kind of take him apart and use them as weapons, mostly for Ultra Magnus. You can see kind of like similar color scheme. Let's look at this guy first and foremost and get him out of the way. He's got articulation at the arms that go like this and like that. At the elbow, that turns as well. This whole contraption of an arm hand thing turns. His waist turns. His head turns and goes back and forth. I guess it's on the ball joint. That pops out of his back. Legs have a full split. Go forward, go back, swivel at the thigh. Single jointed knee, which is super deep. And then the foot, you just can move the little toes up and down. And that's it for Blue Bolts' articulation. But this is a really cool little bot. I think they went like that, whatever. Or they could go the other way around. Really nice. He looks like a ninja, and I appreciate that. Or she, I'm not 100% sure. I feel like somebody said it was she when I was doing the live stream unboxing of this. And it was a live stream unboxing. I like the two-toned blue face. That's really, really nice. And if this wasn't a Haslab, you probably wouldn't get that. But, like, it's really well done. You can see that the mask is different. He's got gold eyes, which is awesome. He's got this red part up here. It reminds me, his head reminds me of, like, Battle of the Planets, Gotcha Man type helmet. It's pretty cool. I do dig that. Then you got this part back here that looks cool. Again, these things, I'm not 100% sure if they went that way or this way. I kind of like them this way. I'm not 100% sure. I forgot already. One fell off, and now I'm kind of questioning myself. I kind of like them better this way, right? I think it looks cool. Got translucent part here in the middle, which is cool. I like that. Then you got the blue down here. Nice arms. I really like the detail on them. I think they look really nice. I like this red that goes across here. It's very interesting. Then you got like kind of like a Gatling gun hand ×2. Which I like a lot. I think that looks cool. Yeah, he's got long arms, but that's fine. I like the legs, too. Really nice detail. Very different. I like it a lot. The little feet look cool, kind of like Iron Sheik boots there. A little hollow back here, but obviously that's going to be for some sort of transformation, of course. Very odd proportions on this guy, but he looks really cool, and it's a nice little addition. I dig this guy a lot. He is pretty neat, in my opinion. And as far as a size comparison, here he is with Missing Link Optimus. So you can see how big this guy is. And yeah, he's a little guy. He's like a deluxe, you know, but it works. We'll move Ultra Magnus for a few and check out Optimus and stuff. We do have a little Headmaster, you know, Titan Master, whatever they're called. And it is Cerebus. This little dude controls Fort Max. And it looks really cool. Like the chest is done in silver, the face is done in silver, which is actually very, very nice. Really, really cool. And then you got, you know, this head here. Was this called like Bravo Max or something like that? I don't know. Something, I don't know. But whatever, you know, you can transform it like this and then pop it on. As far as Blue Bolts, we'll get back to him a little bit later when we need him as a weapon master a little bit. But as you saw, that opened and closed, and the little arms move, and the head moves. So, you know, it's pretty decent. It's a little, you know, headmaster type deal. And, you know, it's fine. It's totally fine. As you saw, he was sitting here on the side, which is where he would go on Optimus Prime, which is cool. He could also sit up front here, or stand up front here, which is nice. So I can't really, I don't think there's any, yeah, there's no little things to like stick him on there, but he can sit in there. So, yeah, a nice little guy. Now, as you can see, Optimus is on a base, which is 2 bases in one. So, in this form, you could have Optimus or Ultra Magnus sitting on this. Oh, and this popped out, and so I could show you the bottom. That goes like that, so you have the little ramp. And then you have these two as attachments, but you can separate these. And then, as I'll show you in a little while, you have the stands here that will hold up your figures. So it's a decent looking thing, you know, it's just done in gray, but it's fine, you know, I like it. I do really like how the car was, the truck, the fire truck was sitting on there. And if you want to see Ultra Magnus sitting on there, you know, there you have it, Ultra Magnus sitting on there as well. So it's a neat little thing. It fits them perfectly combined, and then, you know, you separate them when you need. And as for the trucks themselves, man, look at this. Again, the chrome bumper is absolutely gorgeous and insane. Chrome vac metal blue, silver, and then the gold Autobots. And what was that? Silver and gold? Silver and gold. But yeah, that is gorgeous. And you got the silver here grading, the blue sort of clear windows, and then painted windows on the side as well. Huh? Yeah, why not? The chrome goes to the sides. You have nice wheels. All right. They feel better than the standard, which is cool. Got die-cast parts. You know, that's really, really nice. And then this whole thing, great here. It's just done in, you know, kind of a regular, plain old gray, but I guess it's fine. There's enough, you know, going on here. On the bottom, you got a whole lot of probably robot parts. And on the back, got some nice colors. Very, very nice. Yeah. Ultra Magnus looking really, really nice. Rolls excellently. You can open the backs here. Alright. Should you want somebody to ride up on there. And who we have? We have Little Bumblebee. Not Studio Series. What is this? Missing Link Bumblebee. So obviously you could go in. But he's a really small car. But I'm sure you could get, you know, slightly bigger cars to go in there. But this is what I had, so this is what we used. Whee! But yeah, that is pretty neat for sure. Additionally, if you open these up, you can put that down, and B could go up. You know, if it needs to go up to the top floor, it is a flatbed after all. So you could get a lot of vehicles on there, a lot of little bumblebees for sure, at least. Oh wait, how about a trusty Optimus Prime? He can get up there. Here's how our trusty Optimus Prime actually looks with both of these. And yeah, these guys are tremendous. Alright, now that we looked at Ultra Magnus, so let's look at Prime. He's got very, very nice wheels. Yes, Prime is a fire truck in this series, if you didn't know. Autobot symbol there, looks really good. The clear glass looks pretty good, faux glass. Cybertron written over here, which is cool. Then you got a head there, but these kind of also act like some sort of fire extinguisher things, which is fine. You got a license plate on the back. You got lights. This is all that's going on the bottom. It actually looks more vehicle-esque than Ultra Magnus did, right? You got the little seat there. This is done in a nice silver up here, the little basket, which looks very, very cool. You can see more stuff in there. But then you can raise this, and it does have ratchets. Woo! Very scary ratchets. You can open that up. And then you got all of these things that open up here. Yeah, like guns. Guns a-blazing. Or maybe it's just water. Water? Guns? Whatever it is. It's pretty cool. You know, you could aim them backwards or forwards. Got nice gunmetal on this part here, which is cool. I almost thought these were die-cast, but they're not. That's what it looks like from the front. And you got all of this going on over here. You can move these should you wish. I like how this looks. It's pretty cool. But anywho, yeah, a lot of stuff going on in this mode. It's very, very nice. I do like it. Again, you know, we have our little Cerebus guy that could go in there. He can't go in a seat in here, I don't think, but, you know, he does have a couple of spots he could go, should he wish. And, you know, this can turn, which is nice. Soft ratchets there. I think we could get it even higher. Oh my god, if you want to break everything. But yeah, oh my god, yes. Maybe this needs to be loosened a little bit. I don't know. That is crazy ratchets. But yeah, it works. It works, that's for sure. So it looks really, really, really good. This especially is gorgeous. It's a beautiful, beautiful fire truck. You know, rescue vehicle. I like it a lot. Look at this thing. Again, rolls really, really nice. Both of these are perfect. And it's good that they start in this mode because, you know, you want to get everything as, like, clean as possible to start. And, you know, give it a good go here. So, very nicely done. Both trucks are awesome. Additionally, this ladder extends outwards. I totally forgot about that. And these things come out, and they can be used as like little extinguishers or guns or, you know, whatever you want. So cool little additions here. But with that all said, there's only one thing left to do, and that's transform and roll out. Transformed, at least transformed once. You know, as you know, I did do the fix on Optimus Prime, and you know, as you can see, no worries about it cracking there now. It worked well, so that's good. If you haven't had a chance to check out my Fixzilla, please do. A note here about blue bolts. This is just a one mode. I feel like this could be like a little fighter ship, but it's really like just a weapon for Ultra Magnus here. But I feel like it could be like a little flying ship, right? And maybe it is in the show. I don't remember Blue Bolts at all. I'll be honest with you. But yeah, there's one thing here. This could have also attached, and I guess I should have done it before, attached to Ultra Magnus, you know, in the car mode, the truck mode. So yeah, that's a thing that I missed. Whatever, it's not a big deal. Anywho, it is a weapon for Ultra Magnus if it wants to cooperate and get in the proper spot, which it's not going to do for me. I'm having a real hard time with that. All right, let's do this. Let's try to do this like this. We'll stick these parts in first. They plug in. And these will plug into his thumb. If you're wondering why he has thumbs like that. So we do that. And we'll turn this. And we'll stick the thumb in. Maybe. Possibly. If you want to. Come on, Ultra Magnus. Let's see. Okay, good. And then we could just put this back on top. Yeah, that's not fun. I like Blue Bolts as a robot more, I think. Right now, this is just... Anywho, I think you get the gist here. It's got the target there. It's kind of cool. It's kind of not. It's kind of annoying. You know what I'm saying? You could also hold this as a weapon. It's not easy to put together, and he's barely really holding it because the way his hands are is weird. Guess you could put that in front. But it's mostly being held by this little peg there, and it's just it's not the best. It's easier like this, and then this assembly can you know, go on his back. If you turn the legs like so upwards, and then you just kind of slide it into here, which is a lot easier than getting this gun in there. I kind of like how that looks more. He's got a little bit of everything going on. Aw. This came out, which probably would be easier to hold, honestly. It's just a gun, but I don't know, because he doesn't hold it very well. He needs that little extra thing to secure it in there, but anywho, gun, you can do both sides. The backpack with the missiles is kind of cool. I do like that, actually. I think that looks really good. Lastly, if you separate this even further, you can actually use all these parts as like filler for Ultra Magnus, who is a little gappy. So this thing here, if we open up this and reveal, I think it's his matrix. What's that called? Is that his matrix? I think that's supposed to come out too, but hey, there it is. It's in green. We're looking at it now. There we go. And lift this head. This thing here actually goes here, interestingly. So that would go there. If it wants to stay, I don't know. You gotta finagle it a little bit, but it does go in. And I didn't show you before because we didn't really get there, but without this, it's very hollow on the inside. It's still kind of hollow, but you know, at the very least, that kind of helps a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Additionally, these will go in the back, which is also very hollow. It's a very weird thing. Let me tell you. But yeah, you could make it so these guys, I guess, attach. Yeah, you would stick it in like that, and then this one goes on the other side. It's gotta twist everything the right way. Seems odd, but you know, at least it fills out his legs a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think I did that right. Not 100% sure, but I think I did that right. I don't know if this is supposed to be up or down. I kind of like it down. Give it a little more pop of color. So there you go. Little filler. Oh, and these, I think, actually get stuck in here. I don't know if they go this way or that way. Whatever. This is the oddest thing here. Sticking this in here. It's kind of weird. Just kind of hanging out there. A little bit of an odd one to me, but yeah. We're just gonna move on. Now that we've taken care of blue bolts, we can look at Ultra Magnus in a full here. Obviously, he is a super tall. It is a tremendous figure, and not the greatest looking figure, to be honest. But articulation on this guy, the head moves back and forth, and it rotates. The body, you're not getting anything in. Shoulders come out, swivel, and this comes out here as well, so you got a double shoulder hinge. Then you got the joint at the elbow. The wrist is on a ball joint, actually, which makes you do a lot of things, and the way they cut it is actually really cool, so that's pretty good. And then you got two for the finger hinges, which is nice. The legs, ratchets, full split, nice. Ratchets forward too, can't really go back. Swivel there. Ratcheted knee, nice. And then you got the ankle rocker. You have giant heel spurs, which to me would look like that's the foot. But it is the heel spur, and he's actually got really tiny toes. Why? I don't know, but I think because there's a lot going on in the back, as we saw. And we could just move on to that. We saw all of this. Not the greatest looking thing in the world. I mean, we got all this beautiful chrome being hidden here, but that's okay because that's going to become the chest of our Omega Prime. We have the really nice looking jetpack. That looks awesome. You got the thrusters back here, which are nice. The wings. Now, you can't, hear, all my thing, but a scarier thing, even more scary than what I had to deal with Optimus, is getting these wings to attach to each other, to attach to this back part here. It is so tight and heavy that I fear this connection right here, something cracking somewhere. It is scary. I don't know why that's like that, so I haven't heard anybody talk about that. But yeah, I don't like it at all. But I do love his wings. It's very super robot-y. You guys know how I feel about that. And if you don't know, I love super robots. And this Ultra Magnus, is... I mean, he looks nothing like any other Ultra Magnus. And he looks like a super robot of the time. Coming right out of, the tail end of the Brave series. This is a holdover of that. It's so Braves. It's right out of the Brave series. It looks like that. His proportions are crazy weird. Small, huge legs, long legs. Love his kneecaps, by the way. Beautiful looking. Very nice. Yellow, red, the silver, the gunmetal. It's really nice. The front of the feet, look okay. But, these kneecaps are awesome. The light blue is nice. The arms look pretty good, It's not bad at all. Chest piece is pretty good. Again, he's very tall, so, do bear with me there. Chest looks really, it looks really good, honestly. Not bad at all. And then the head sculpt is really nice. Again, not really what I think of when I think of Ultra Magnus, but I love it as far as, one of the Braves go, if it was. Autobot symbol there in gold looks good. He's got a really cool face. His eyes look really nice. I think they're in gold as well. It's a nice helmet. It's very Japanese, and I absolutely love it because, car robots, where this comes from, is just awesome. So, yeah, this is pretty fantastic overall. He looks weird, but... I mean, And there's things about it I don't think I like, but at the same time, there's something undeniably kind of cool about this guy. And you might, think differently, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That Japanese super robot aesthetic is very, very cool with this guy, and I think they did a good job overall. I have to say, he's pretty sturdy, and that is really important. And he is absolutely ginormous. Another issue I've heard some folks have is yellowing on Ultra Magnus. Definitely happy to report I don't see any yellowing on mine that I could notice. So, I mean, that's good, right? It looks pretty white to me. It looks pretty good. So, yeah, thumbs up there. Now, let's move on to what kind of becomes Cerebus's battle station here. There's Cerebus, like, he's chilling. He's got a lot of weapons. He's got weapons here. He's got little guns there. He's got the guns from Fire Convoy's ears. I hate base modes, but, it doesn't look absolutely terrible. It doesn't really stay together very well, and it wants to fall down. At the top there, you got the guns ablazing on the very top, which is cool. I do dig that, too. It's very, very tall. I don't really have that much to say about it. I don't love base modes, but there it is. It's totally fine. But our Optimus, I do really like. This is one of the most sturdy Transformers I've felt in a long time. And he's got, oh my god, amazing ratchets. Knee, swivel at the thigh. Yeah, we're doing articulation right now. Starting there, because it sounded so good. Ankle works really nice. The waist, I do have to lift this up a little bit to get that waist going on. One thing to note, I don't know if I did up all my screws, super tight, because I get a little bit of forward and backward movement now on there. Shoulders go up, goes out like this. Swivel at the bicep there. Swivel at the elbow and the bend. And then the wrists do turn. He's got a nice little handgun, which looks pretty good. It's got some wheels on it. But the sculpt on the rest of the gun is actually pretty cool. And, you don't really see Optimus with a small gun usually. So I think that's unique and very, very cool. I like that. I like how his hands look. I like that he looks like he's wearing gloves. I think that's awesome. The nice gunmetal, metallic gunmetal. The metallic blue here is beautiful. The metallic blue there is beautiful. The white is nice. I like these parts, which sort of become like kneecaps. Really, really nice. Silver and yellow. And then you got the blue there. I just really, really like it. It's it's like an odd shape, but it looks so good. This is just gray, but it's totally fine. You got the yellow there. The silver here is gorgeous. And I feel bad for anybody that got that broken. That sucks. But, the silver abs look really good. The chest looks pretty fantastic, I gotta say. Really, really nicely done in that nice metallic blue underneath. It is awesome. Very, very nicely done. Super, super cool. So that is excellent. He also can, do this, by the way. I forgot. That is fantastic. So the fact that he could do that is very nice. Very, very nice. I like it a lot. It's like butterfly joints. So that is amazing. And then we got this super fantastic head sculpt, guys. Really, really nice looking. That metallic blue is awesome. I love the gold eyes with the silver plates. Silver and gold. Just gorgeous looking. Very, very well done. His little ear things look amazing. It's like in pearlescence. The head moves nicely, by the way. Did I say that? Did we get to the head? But it moves fine. It can go back and forth too, which is nice. But that is an awesome head sculpt. Just gorgeous. I love how far down the helmet comes in the back. That's really, really nice. He's got these little wings. Do be careful, they do come out a little bit, but just tiny, tiny wings. Now, for me personally, like, The combo of this and that to become Fire Convoy is my favorite version of Optimus in this series, even more so than Omega Prime at the end. So the fact that I do like how Ultra Magnus turned out, which I wasn't sure because, again, he's so weird and, whatever. Ultimately, I might not do Omega Prime, in full for my display. I might do Fire Convoy and Ultra Magnus. But we'll see. We'll see how amazing Omega Prime is and, how long that stays. But I really love the base Optimus, too. He's just really, really cool. That's his backpack back there, and I showed it back. But it's totally fine. You got a lot of silver parts, which is good. So, got some orange on the sides. The cab. Really nice, guys. Really, really nice. And again, I just, glad I did the fix on this guy. It was a little scary, but he turned out pretty good. He's a really good looking Optimus Prime. And for your size comparison, in this mode, here is Optimus and Ultra Magnus with another Optimus, the Armada Optimus. I love this Optimus with the upgrade kit. And the Studio Series Commander Class Ultra Magnus. So you can just see how big that Ultra Magnus is. I mean, we got 1, 2, and then 3, and then 4. This dude is just tremendous. He is bigger than Armada, who is a huge, huge figure. So that's pretty impressive. So a couple of things on the road to, get tying into Fire Convoy or upgrading or whatever. First up, in here we have the other matrix of leadership, and we can. I'm not gonna take it out of there. We're going to see that soon enough. You can put it back here. See there's a little spot for it? Right in there. It's actually molded detail in there, which signifies that. So, like I said, I'm not going to take it out of there, but just to show you, it can go in there. The other thing is, let's start removing this stuff, since we're going to need to anyway, is this stuff here can become like little shoulder attachments for Optimus. I believe they go up there like this on these shoulders. So I don't know exactly what this mode is called. I'm gonna put down his little wings, make it easier. But it looks really, really cool. Kind of has that kind of G2-esque look. You know what I'm saying? With the big shoulder things. And I think that looks awesome. Like, it's a really, really nice look. Obviously, all of this kind of becomes like missile pods or whatever. It just looks really, really nice. It just adds something, I think, to Optimus. It makes him a little unsturdy as well, but I think overall that is really, really, really cool. Although these are actually supposed to be down, so right here, the feet that I put back up, they're supposed to be down, but I can't imagine that looking any better than it does right now. Let's see. Ew, I don't like that at all. I'm not doing it on both. Who cares if it's not accurate? It just looks better like this. I'm just going to say that. And just for an additional size comparison, and because I mentioned the G2 Optimus mold, here's the Optimus Mechagodzilla we just reviewed, just to show you, the same shoulder type things, although differently shaped. But, that's what this reminded me of. So I had him here, and I figured another size comparison, was here. As you can see, this guy is huge. This is Voyager class guy, in his size. And I feel like this is even, bigger than a Leader class. And now for the part I've really been waiting for. It's time to go into battle mode. here is our Optimus Prime, all upgraded into his super mode or battle mode, what I like to call fire convoy, and a large portion of the audience likes to call a fire convoy. I think, I don't know. I didn't know him as like Fire Optimus Prime or whatever they called him, Super Mode Optimus, because I didn't really watch RID back in the day. Like, I watched Car Robots much later on, honestly, during the start of the pandemic, and I watched it and I loved it, and Fire Convoy is what this is for me, and I just absolutely love it. I think this turned out fantastic. For me personally, this was the big get of the whole set. I don't know what's in store when we get to Omega Prime and how that's going to look and how that's going to affect me, but this is just superb. A lot maybe because I like that original toy, which I got in a trade like years and years ago. But this is quite awesome. This thing bothers me. Like, I took it off the original one, and you can actually take it off here too, which is kind of cool. But his little gun is here, by the way, stored there. But yeah, this thing is just a pain in the butt. And maybe we could remove it now, and I don't remember where it comes off of. But yeah, you can take it off, which is a good thing. I think maybe from up here you take it off. Yeah. So you could just pull this off. If you want to make this a weapon, maybe you can. I don't know how you would hold it. But you can take it off, which is a good thing. It's just a ladder. It doesn't do anything special in this mode. That we could just close up there. Now it's like, maybe it's like a jetpack. Little extra right there. But now he's a little more free, at least to look at. Makes it a little bit easier, and man, love it. Love this guy. The proportions, are a little crazy, like his arms are a little long and whatever. It's always been like this, but it works. It looks incredible. The strength of these legs really, like, holds all of this stuff together nicely. It's got a lot of the same articulation in the leg, because it's still the same Optimus. You do get the big ankle rocker. It can't go back and forth anymore, though. The waist does still turn. This is kind of free over here. But, you do get hindered a little bit there. You do get these awesome butterfly joints, and when I was upgrading it, I couldn't figure out why this wasn't going in. It was because I forgot to pull this out. So now you get these awesome, awesome butterfly joints here, which is great. And then these move up and down. It swivels. That does that. Then you wrist swivel as well. You do have, thumb articulation, and the hands like so as well. And then at the head moves. It moves a little loosely, in my opinion, but it moves. It's not a big deal. You also do get toe articulation, because why not? But it's not about that, man. It is about, and you know what? Because of what I did before, the waist gives me, oh, actually, you do have a waist bend. It's not me. It's the actual thing. That's right. There is a bend there. So that's cool. So you do have a bend at the waist now, which is nice. Very, very nice. And this just looks superb. Like, absolutely superb. I love his arms. I love this blue metallic design here. That looks fantastic. The guns on the side now look great. I like the hands. Again, it's kind of an extension of the other hands, where, it kind of looks like it's gloved. I love that look. I love his shoulder pads, which look really, really good. It kind of has that same thing that the other thing had, which were the feet, but it looks fantastic. I love these bars here that go down. The Autobot symbols on the top. Autobot symbols also right there. That looks just fantastic. The silver and the red is just gorgeous. I mean, like, if you can't see it good, there you go. Beautiful. I love the orange here. I love the silver. I love the gunmetal. This opens up again. You reveal the matrix there, which is like green translucent plastic. You got yellow translucent plastic here, which looks really cool. the silver there. I love all of this going on in the Krajiji section. The legs, it's mostly the same leg, which looks gorgeous, but now I think it looks a little better with the big feet. Looks really nice. This is nice and compact. Those feet look really great. So I love how that looks. This blue ends up in the, in the middle, which is fine, but I wish it was out here. Would have been cooler, but, if you could see it, I'm super zoomed in. Let me zoom out. But yeah, those would have been cool if they were out there. But you got a lot of nice pop of color back there. And then in the back, it looks pretty good. I like how that is separated. All of that looks good. Of course, I mean, with the other thing, it doesn't look as good. Or it does. It depends on your preference, right? Like, I'm probably going to put it back on. But, because he seems like he wants to lean back a little bit without it. Oh. There's no heel spurs on this guy? Guess not. But yeah, this looks phenomenal. And of course, you got this absolutely gorgeous head sculpt. Look at that thing. It is so gorgeous. You got silver and gold because of those beautiful gold eyes and the beautiful vac metal silver ears. Just excellent. The silver around his face looks great. It's a really nice mask, like gridiron. You know what I'm saying? Beautifully done. Just an amazingly gorgeous piece, guys. Like, just a phenomenal job. He's, like, super heroic looking and just, I don't know. He just looks so cool to me. Yeah. This is incredible, just like this. So we'll see how much I like, the, ultimate mode, which is, of course... Actually, this looks kind of cool. Straight back. What do you guys think? I know it's supposed to go on the side, but still, it looks pretty good like that. But you just disattach this, and then turn this around, and then drop it back down. I mean, either way, however way you want to go, it's all good. It all looks amazing. Yeah. I really, really like it a lot. And for your size comparisons, first up, here it is with Ultra Magnus. And he is bigger than Ultra Magnus. And while we're here, let's show this. I didn't get to show it before. But this is the stand again. And now we have this part, which comes with an extra little extender part should you want anybody to be flying. But this will patch into the back here of Optimus really well. Like, perfect. Well, you could do it, again, him hovering. Hover over it, holds it really good. But if you take that out, then that aligns to his butt very, very nicely. As far as Ultra Magnus, I don't think there's an actual hole there anywhere. No, there isn't. So, he could just stand there. Probably just sit on it. But whatevs, you could use it, with both. And you get two of these as well. I just showed one because why do we need both? Here he is with the Armada Optimus, who's also in the Super mode. And you can see he's much, much bigger. And last but not least, here it is with the original version, which is really, really nice and still holds up. Just a wonderful toy. Really like it. Again, I got mine in a trade like number of years ago, like maybe 8 years ago or so. And it's still just like a really cool toy that I just like looking at and marveling with at. But yeah, they did such a great job in updating this. It is fantastic. I never had the Ultra Magnus, so I don't know what the original Omega Prime looks like, but or did they even do one? I'm not 100% sure. But this, yeah, we're gonna see that shortly. So as much as I'd love to continue to admire this incredible piece, is this not the most heroic that Optimus has ever looked? It's so cool. We got a little combination to do, but to do that, I need to get him back into Optimus mode. So we're gonna spare you the deconstruction of this guy. And so with Fire Convoy, once again, Optimus Prime, and shaking the hand of Ultra Magnus, there's only one thing left to do, and that's Gatai!
computer is picking up a strange signal. Here, sir, you better take a look at Our computer is picking up a strange signal. Here, sir, you better take a look at
And here is our Omega Prime. Oh, and it keeps going and going and going because he has the Matrix Blade. That's right, my Azillions. Yeah, we had one more thing to bust out here, and it was the giant Matrix Blade. We'll look at that more closely in a second, but look at this thing as we just do an up and down freehand cam here of it. Just really, really, really nice looking, if not a little bit overdone, because that's how combining always goes in the Transformers universe. But we'll talk about that more in a second. Let's look at the Matrix Blade. We got some Cybertronian writings over here and over here. We got some nice silver there. We got purple up here. Just fine, I guess. Just plain old purple. It would have been nice if it was like a metallic purple. Like, come on, give us metallic purple here. The rest is just done in black and gray. Metallic purple, guys. I mean, you could have done that. Like, why not? Anywho, this comes in a bunch of different parts, you know, just to fit in the box. You just pop it all together. This also has a shorter version, I guess. I don't know if you could hold it steadily. There is some like little grippies in there, but it's not very easy to get asphyxiated right. So, see if we could do it. Sort of. No. See these? They go in over here. It's hard to just kind of line up. At least, you know, to see it properly on screen. Through screens. Oh, I think I got it. So he can hold it. you know, so if you want to do just, you know, without the longer piece, I think this comes apart even further, should you wish to have that. But he does hold it. It's giant. I love giant swords with, you know, super robots. And make no mistake, this is about as a super robot-y as you can get. Though he is so heavy on top that, you know, that waist joint that pops, that appears when you open up Optimus, like, it's a real strain on him. It really just kind of goes back and forth very easily. You know, kind of flops a little bit, and it's going to be a strain on that thing. There's no doubt about it. I don't see it, unless I didn't, you know, screw my pins in right, my screws in right, and that's affecting it. Yeah, it's very heavy. Look at all this junk in here. It is just tremendous with the wings and, you know, all of this assembly. It's a lot of Ultra Magnus on his back. And then you got on top, you got blue bolts up here, which I don't love. I don't love blue bolts up there. You know, like, it's on there good now because I really took a while to, you know, get up there. But, I mean, it looks kind of cool, but kind of doesn't. So if we take off blue bolts, he's a little less heavy. Which is good. I feel like he's a little bit better looking also, and we've seen all this. Yeah, he doesn't really need it. Blue bolts also, I didn't really do it. You know, you could fan mod it into combining into, like, the giant, like, bazooka type gun. I don't know what it's called really, you know, but, like, I know Omega Prime, you know, has used it before. But anywho, I'm not going to do it, but you can kind of sort of configure it, like, if you just... I'm not going to do it, and yet here I am. I don't even know exactly. I think it's something like this. If I recall Emgo doing it. Or something where these two go together, and then this pops in somewhere. Something like this. Kind of looks right. You know? Thereabouts. I guess it works. You know what I'm saying? Thereabouts. Okay, I did it. Something you could do, should you wish. But anywho, since we talked about it, let's just do articulation again. The head moves. Again, you do have the joint in the middle there, ab joint, which is so cool for a Transformer. But now you can see why a lot of them don't do it, because sometimes they get so much of a backpack that it really weighs it down and it hurts it. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all, actually. You got the shoulders again that move. You do have butterfly joint, swivel. It's all really the same that we've gotten, pretty much. You're not gaining anything here. The hands do, and they're different hands than before. This switched inside out, which is so cool in combo. So you do have those hands again. You're going to have the same legs that we saw before. There's nothing really too much different here. So, but yeah, at least the legs are very nice and tight with those fantastic ratchet joints. So that's pretty good. So you could get, I mean, you're not going to get, like, Omega Prime here in, like, a ton of poses, but you can get him in quite a bit of poses. And he looks really, really good. Like, I mean, there's no doubt about it. It looks pretty incredible. But the strain on that waist scares me enough where I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna keep it that way. And then there's the whole thing of, you have all of this here. All of these parts that are, you know, that go unused. And I'd honestly rather have all of this on Optimus, because I love as I said, Fire Convoy is my favorite. And it's funny that Fire Convoy's head is bigger than Omega Prime's head. But I like Fire Convoy a lot more than I like Omega Prime. And I think Omega Prime looks incredible, but there's just something, like I showed before, super heroic about Fire Convoy that I love, and he is heroic as well. But I don't know. I just like Fire Convoy, and you use up everything, right? You have Ultra Magnus, who I like a lot, and I didn't expect it. Then you have Blue Bolts, and then you have you have three figures instead of one, and maybe two here, depending on what you want to do with this. I do like it better without Blue Bolts for sure. The chest piece, finally seeing it in full effect looks absolutely incredible. I really, really love it. So nice. You know what I'm saying? Just gorgeous. The silver and gold and the metallic blue is just excellent. Excellent. Really, really like it. I really love these arms the best, these forearms, and I just love the Autobot symbol, sculpted in there, just amongst all of that cool work. Now he's got the red gloves, which I think look really good. I like that a lot. The chest piece ends up looking pretty cool. You got the light blue and the white, and then the grays here and silvers. All looks very, very, very nicely done. You got all the backpack with the wings. Looking pretty slick. That part, obviously, I love. Because, again, Super Robot. And this is obviously Super Robot. And, again, the time period just, it was right after the Brave series was coming to a close. And the Brave series were created. And that's like Gao Gar and all of them, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Just so many of that. Jay Decker and forget, I could go on and on. Like, those kind of took the place of Transformers. All right? So we had Transformers G1, Transformers Japanese G1, the trilogy there. And then once those were done, they started making, like Sunrise and stuff started making the Brave series. And then from there, when those kind of like ended, then they went into Car Robots, and you could see Car Robots as just a continuation of the Braves series in so many ways. So yeah, I mean, and the design here just feels like that. And that's not a bad thing. The legs, again, are tremendous. With all the added stuff from Ultra Magnus, they just look so cool. Really, really nice. So, that is excellent. I think the legs turned out really, really well. Like, beautiful all around. I just love it. There's so many great colors here going on. It's superb. In that way. So, I don't know. It's really, really good. Of course, you got the head sculpt. Don't forget the head sculpt. Which looks amazing. I'm just going to go this way for it so we can see it very well. Look at that. Really nice. The blue eyes. The silver all around. The gold ears, which, again, I didn't put on prior because I felt like they were going to get messed up in there. It just looks really nice. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, this I mean, there's no doubt about it. It looks phenomenal. There's just things that I like about the individual parts just as much, which is good. Which is like saying a lot about this set and saying how good that they made it. I think it just works in a lot of different ways. I just feel like I want to have the individual parts because I feel like it, one, this is going to put a lot of strain on the Optimus figure, and I like the Optimus figure too, but I think Fire Convoy is better. And this looks amazing, and I might keep it like this for a little while, but I don't see myself keeping it like this long term for all the reasons I said. Like, I feel like the biggest reason to keep it like this is this chest is just so good. So nice. And I really like the gold ears and the wings. It does look amazing. There's no doubt about it. It looks phenomenal. And for your size comparison, this one is the only one I really, really want to do. But I will do another bonus one for fun. But this one, for me, is the one that counts. It's It is Omega Prime with the other two Transformers Haslabs that I went in on. I did not go in on Unicron. I haven't breached going that high up as far as buying any toy for that amount of money. Apologies, it's just probably. I'm not saying never happen, but I don't know what it would make me spend that kind of money if Unicron didn't. But these two, Victory Saber and Deathsaurus, because I like appreciate the Japanese aesthetic and love that stuff so much from the Japanese G1. These were like, like I had to have both of them. And Omega Prime, like I've explained, because of car robots, it's the same thing. So it's that Japanese thing that I absolutely love. I gotta say though, Omega Prime of these three is the best one, and I haven't really talked about the engineering that went into this piece. Kudos to the Hasbro and Takara teams. It is a marvel. It's amazing. As far as like multiple things combining, it is much better than what Victory Saber was. I love that Deathsaurus wasn't a combiner, it was just an all-in-one, and that makes it awesome, and I'd like to see more like that. I didn't go in on Leo Kaiser. So I've skipped that one as well. I was never into the Leo Kaiser aesthetic, and I was trying to, squeeze it in as much as I can, but ultimately it's just too many things coming out this year that I really want, that I couldn't put my money on Leo Kaiser. I'm just not a fan like I am of these guys. It's just, it's Japanese also, but that one, I just think the Leo Kaiser design is terrible, to be honest. So I couldn't justify it. However, what I want to see, now that you've given us Omega Prime, and as you can see, we have Victory Saber and Deathsaurus, and I do want to, separate Victory Saber at some point soon as well. Give us a Gigatron. I think it needs to happen. And here's my other comparison. While it's not really a size comparison per se, I did want to bring in the Soul of Chogokin Mecha Godzilla. And here we are, smack dab in the middle of the year. And I can tell you that these two figures are a 1 and a 2 for a figure of the year thus far. Which is 1, which is 2? I don't know. But these two guys are leading the pack. And my final thoughts on what has been an epic journey with this epic super robot. And make no mistake, as much as this is a Transformer, this is definitely a super robot as well. Like I keep saying, coming off that Braves era, that aesthetic is there. I love that Japanese aesthetic. And that's why I wanted this. It is amazing. I really, really love the sum of its parts here as Omega Prime. But I also love, the parts. I love Ultra Magnus, I love Fire Convoy, I love Optimus, I love Blue Bolts even. Like little Cerebus, the back half of the fire truck. It's kind of annoying, but it's still kind of cool. And the fire truck looks amazing, and Ultra Magnus looks amazing in alt mode. So there's really a lot to like here, but it is marred quite a bit though by that torso issue. Like I had to make an entire video other than this, repairing my figure, and no one should have to repair their figures, so honestly, to have such a major QC issue where copies are getting broken, and mine could have been broken as well. You saw how tight it was in my Fixzilla, like that is not good, and it should be embarrassing for Hasbro to have had that happen on such an expensive piece on one of their Haslabs, which is kind of like their crown jewels, you know what I'm saying? So really, I hope they make that right by everyone. I mean everyone. No one should have to contact customer service for this. Whatever they're doing, they should do it for everyone across the board, whether they complained or not, because some folks won't complain, and, they might regret it down the line. Get them replacements for whatever needs to be done here. You know what I'm saying? It's just the right thing to do. But other than that, honestly, and I mean, that's a big that, but other than that, it is absolutely amazing. It's stunning. It's an incredible piece of engineering. On that front, Takara and Hasbro should be really proud because it is really, really, really nice. Again, I love all the parts of this. The vac metal, everything is awesome. The articulation, and even has an ab joint, which I am afraid of, I gotta say, at least in this mode, because there's so much here, like, on it. It is still cool that they did it, but, like, man, I love all the ratchets. Everything sounds amazing when you move it. It just looks awesome. Aesthetic-wise, like, everything looks incredible, and like I said before, like, even with the major issue, I do feel like it is one of the best things of the year so far, and a definite contender for best of the year. So, I mean, if Hasbro makes this right, man, it has a clear shot to being number one. So, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it might not, just because of that torso issue anyway. So, we'll see. I do really, really love it. I definitely want to make sure you understand that it is absolutely stunning. It was really expensive, and I'm happy it is this amazing despite the issue. I fixed my issue, but still, I shouldn't have it. And there you go, guys. I'll leave it at that. It is really, really, really cool, because I could go back and forth on that forever. So there you have it. Hope you dug this review. Thank you for sticking around and watching it if you watched the entire thing, or if you even watched a little portion of it. I do appreciate it. And let me know your thoughts down below. And if you're new to the channel, once again, sub yourself for daily content. And let me help you diversify your collection. Of course, with some Transformers. Till next time, peace out, peeps.